And allow me at the beginning a word on the situation in the Middle East. I'm deeply concerned about the conflict. Iran has to cease immediately its threats, laying of mines, drones and missile attacks and other attempts to block the strait to commercial shipping. The recent attacks by Iran on unarmed commercial vessels in the Gulf, attacks on civilian infrastructure, including oil and gas installations, and the de facto closure of the Strait of Hormuz by Iranian forces is unacceptable and must be condemned. I also want to emphasize that freedom of navigation is a fundamental principle of international law. We will come back to these issues and their structural consequences at the Parliament this afternoon. I am very happy that today we agreed to step up our cooperation with 4 major projects. They cover production of rare earth, lithium and tungsten. And we are building on our work with allies towards a buyers club, and we are building on the critical raw materials partnership we launched 2 years ago. And we will apply the same logic to security, and this is my 4th and final point. The launch of our security and defence partnership. Europe and Australia share a responsibility beyond our borders. We know that Europe's security and Indo-Pacific stability are not separate conversations. A crisis in the Indo-Pacific would cripple global trade, directly hitting European industries and growth. So we have resolutely decided to step up cooperation on defence industry, counterterrorism, space and maritime security. And we are joining forces to fight back against hybrid threats to our democracies. Because we are both confronted with disinformation and wider attempts to erode public trust.
Will the European Union
when the hostilities end, they could envisage an operation, a mission. But of course it is not for me to judge on their decision to provide the necessary capabilities in the Strait of Hormuz.